Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back. Today we are doing another declutter. These are all face palettes. I'm pretty sure I have all of them pulled out except for a couple that are in the project pan bin, which we're going to be doing later, and then the one that is in my current weekly makeup basket, which I'm keeping, so we don't even need to go over that one. In case you have missed the last couple of declutters, I will link the playlist down below for you. And a little disclaimer before we begin, this is my own personal declutter journey and lifestyle change. I'm not trying to get to a minimalist collection. I'm just trying to make sure that I genuinely love everything that I have and that it makes me excited to use it. I don't anticipate these being cutthroat declutters, so if you're looking for that, I do recommend searching elsewhere on YouTube. I know there's tons of videos like that out there. These are more so for my own mental walkthrough so I can look back on them and because these were requested videos. Please keep the comment section positive and remember that there is no magic number that I'm trying to hit. This is a lifestyle change for me, not just dumping my entire collection. So having said that, let's get started. I've got a bunch of they're all just kind of stacked up. So I think we're just gonna start like right here in the middle kind of. The first one is the Too Faced Natural Face. I did a face palette declutter pretty recently. I'll see if I can link like that specific video. And a lot of these are from that declutter. I've gotten several new ones since then, but a lot of them are the same ones. And we're just gonna go back through since I've had more time to play around with them. So we've got the Too Faced Natural Face. My main goal for these is I want to make sure that I'm going to be able to use every shade in the palette, that it sparks joy, that it's something that I'm going to be excited about using, all of that fun stuff. This one I really truly think I would be excited to use. I love the highlight shades, I love the blush shades, I love the bronzery shades. And this is just like one of those really nice palettes. The packaging is beautiful, so this one I am going to keep. I'm gonna have to figure out a pile system. This is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour. This packaging just speaks to me. I freaking love this. This one, I do have a little bit of concerns with the deep highlight and the deep contour, but at the end of the day, I think it might be worth it. Like, I don't know, maybe I could use this for like correcting or something. I really do like this palette though. It does spark a lot of joy to me. It is something that makes me really excited to use it. So I think I'm gonna hang on to this one, although I also have like the older version. So we'll have to see. I might end up changing my mind about this, but I think for right now I am going to hang on to that one. We have the Tarte. This is the Adeline Morin palette. This one, honestly, this one I kept because I wanted to play around with it more in the last declutter, and I don't know. The eyeshadow shades just don't really speak much to me. And just so you guys know, if you haven't been following me for a while, I do consider a face palette to be anything that has any face products in it. Eyeshadow palettes have eyeshadows only, or like eyeshadows and eyeliners maybe. Face palettes can have any type of eye products in them. They just have to also have face products. So this I do consider a face palette in my own personal collection. This one I think I am gonna pass along though. It's just not exciting. Packaging is amazing. I love, love, love this packaging, but the actual palette itself, I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one on. The Too Faced Love Flush. If you have been following my channel, you know that I rave about this palette all the time. I love all of these, obviously. I have a very clear favorite, but I am definitely going to hang on to this. This is just such a good blush palette, and it's one of my favorites. This is the Kimchi Chic Drama Queen, the Unboring Highlight Palette. Here's the thing. This row I love, I adore. This row I do really like. However, I'm thinking practicality purposes, I do like colored highlights for some looks. I just don't know, like I have other palettes with colored highlights in them. So I'm gonna set this off to the side. We're gonna come back to this one because I wanna compare it to my other colored highlights because I don't really need like more than one palette with colored highlights in it. I do really like this, but I don't know if I need these shades. So we're gonna come back to this. This is the Nomad Sydney Bathers palette. This one is so beautiful. It's got two nice highlights, a bronzer, a contour. It's gorgeous. I'm definitely keeping this one. I love that. This is the Seraphine Botanicals Sakura and Sage Vegan Eyeshadow and Blush Palette. This one I have used and I have mixed feelings about. I do like it. I feel like beyond this silver, which is not the greatest, honestly, it's just kind of boring. It doesn't really add much to my collection, and the packaging is beautiful. I love the fact that it's vegan. I really like this brand, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one on because it just doesn't get me excited. This is the Kenya Ontaveros Beauty Set and Define Kit. I feel like this just came in like a BoxyCharm or something. The packaging is this gorgeous faux snakeskin. This is what it looks like. Honestly, this one I think I might end up keeping. It's a beautiful palette, so I am going to hang on to this for now. I really enjoy contour palettes. If you've been following me for a while, you'll know that. They are some of my favorites. And I tend to get a lot of use out of most of the shades, so that's a big selling point for me. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin Shapeshifter. This one I am keeping. I just picked this up after months and months and months of lusting after it, so this one I'm definitely keeping. The Morphe and Manny MUA Glam palette. This I think came from a BoxyCharm. Honestly, I really wanted this when it first came out and I didn't purchase it. And I think I am going to keep it. It's got some really nice shades. They can be used in a variety of different ways. A couple of gorgeous highlights. And I was really excited about this when I got it. It does excite me. I want to use it. So I'm going to hang on to this one. This is the Suva Beauty Artisan palette. This one, I don't like the layout of this. Like, it may seem petty, but like that's what I have to look at, because this layout does not bring me joy. The shades are really beautiful, I will say. The layout just seems very chaotic to me almost. I have used this a couple times and I honestly don't know. Like, I feel like I'd be okay using it, but it isn't sparking that immediate joy that I expect to get from my palettes. So this one I'm gonna go ahead and pass on. The Natasha Denona Sculpt and Glow, this one sparks that immediate joy, so I'm keeping it. Like, no questions asked, totally keeping it. I also have the Natasha Denona Diamond and Blush. Once again, oh yes, that immediate joy, I'm keeping it. I love the Natasha Denona palettes. This is the Urban Decay Sin Afterglow palette. This one I really like. I have this in a single highlight. I really like all of these shades though, so I am gonna hang on to this. This is just classic Urban Decay for me. I have 3 of these Sephora palettes. I've kept these for years and years and years. I very, very rarely use them. This is the contour one, this is the blush one, this is the highlight one. I'm no longer supporting Sephora, and at this point in time, I think I'm just gonna let them go because they aren't adding any excitement to my collection. So all 3 of those are gonna go. This is the other Too Faced one. This is the Cocoa Contour palette. This one, honestly, so this is the old school version. This is the new one. I feel like the new one is definitely better for deeper skin tones because there are more shades. I feel like this one fits like my skin tones better, but I love the packaging of this one more. So this is where I come into like kind of my own head a little bit, where I'm trying to figure out like what exactly it is I want. Which one makes me more excited? I think I'm gonna keep the new one. I'm gonna pass along the old one. Morphe palette. This is the Highlight and Contour palette 8L in Lo-Fi. I love this palette. Like, this is so pretty. It's got a bunch of really nice shades. I love the fact that it's got like this kind of yellow based highlight, which I feel like is pretty unique to palettes like this. And this Enemy shade is the darkest shade, and I feel like it does pull a little bit orange, but I should be able to make it work. Worst case, I can use the rest of the palette for sure. So this one I am going to hang on to. The Lorac Pro Contour, I mean, a favorite. It's got one of the best, I think, like if you have a lighter skin tone, this is one of the best contour palettes for that. So this one I'm definitely going to hang on to. I love this palette. This is the Morphe Blush Palette in 8C. Honestly, okay, I used this a couple of times in my weekly makeup basket, and I like it just fine, but I think I'm gonna pass it along. I'm not a big fan of these 3 shades down here. I'm not a big fan of these 2 shades. All in all, like, it's nice. I don't mind using it, but it doesn't excite me. So this one's gonna go. This is the Balm Highlight and Contour Palette. This one has also survived a mini declutter. Here's my only issue with it. I love this palette. I think it's gorgeous. I don't like the longer rectangular pans, and as much as it pains me to say it, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. I think I'm going to, because it just, I don't know. I think it's time for me to let go of this one. I've kept it for so long, and I think it's time. This palette is a Z palette that I depotted. I don't think I filmed this one because this is all Milani blushes. I don't know. I have a couple of other Milani blushes that are not in here, and I'm debating. It is really pretty. I think I am gonna keep this one because I really like these blushes. I do. So this one I'm gonna hang on to, and I think that one came out really nice. This is the Ofra Island Time. This is gorgeous. This makes me so happy just to open it. So this one I'm going to hang on to for sure. That's also one of my newer palettes too. Okay, next, this is the Anastasia, the Ultimate Glow Kit. This is one of my favorite highlight palettes. I'm pretty sure all of these work for my skin tone. The only one that is a little bit iffy is Hot Sand, which can work. It's just very goldeny, But all in all, this makes me super happy. I'm keeping it for sure. This is the Smashbox LA Lights palette. Honestly, this is the type of blush palette that I want because you have like a darker shade here, but you also like, you've got so many different ones. You've got a highlight, you've got a bronzer, I mean, this is it. You know, like this is the type of blush palette that I want, but you also have like a nice bronzer and highlight in there. So I'm keeping this one for sure. This is such a great palette. This is the Smashbox Holidays Contour and Spotlight palette. For my skin tone, I'm obsessed with this palette. It's got the greatest contour shades for lighter skin. It's amazing. This one I'm definitely keeping. These like larger Smashbox palettes are some of my favorites. The Too Faced Little Black Book of Bronzers. Too Faced makes like arguably my absolute favorite bronzers. I've hit pan in 2 of these already. And surprisingly, it's not even my favorite ones. So this one for sure, I cannot get rid of this. This is the Ofra Free Spirit palette. This one, I love the fact that it has a banana powder in it. I don't love this highlight. This bronzer is okay, it's a little bit dark. You've got a couple of, I don't even know if those are like eyeliner or eyebrow shades or if they're eyeshadow shades. And then you've got these eyeshadow shades, which are fine, but I feel like any look I just feel kind of stunted with these shades. I don't feel like there's quite enough. And you've got, I don't know, this whole thing just feels chaotic to me. I think this one I'm gonna go ahead and pass along because it just doesn't, it stresses me out more than it like excites me. Do you know what I mean? So this one is going to go. Then I have the Ofra On The Glow palette. This one I love. I'm not the biggest fan, if you guys saw, I'm not the biggest fan of like these types of highlights and bronzers, but this is where I'm willing to make the exception. Like it's all nice and, oh, I'm keeping this one. I don't know why, this just makes my heart, I lusted after this palette for so long. So this one I'm definitely going to keep. I have a couple of Tarte depotted palettes. I did a video on these and the whole process of depotting them. This one, the Sparkle Till You Mean It palette, has my full-size blushes and highlights in it. I'm definitely keeping this one. I'm so proud of this one. And honestly, even this cheetah print one, first of all, love the palette itself. Inside, I have most of my minis. I think I have like one more. A couple of them didn't do too well in the depotting process, but I really like this palette. I love how it looks. I'm gonna keep this one too. I have 2 of the He Who Shall Not Be Named Skin Frost Pro palettes. Okay, so I gave this whole speech a while back about how I was no longer supporting him, but because I already had a bunch of his palettes, I was going to use them up and not like throw away the money. But honestly, like as far as bringing me joy goes, this is not it. It causes a lot of like internal stress with me. I don't want to use it. I tried depotting his eyeshadow palettes. I do have a video on that as well. And I don't know, it just caused so much stress for me. And even now, like I don't like using them. So these, I'm going to go ahead and pass along both of them. I might even end up passing along the depotted palette that I have. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, looking at some smaller ones. This is the Lovecraft Beauty Blush palette. This one, I actually really like the shades in here. I think this came from my BoxyCharm. I think it's absolutely gorgeous though. This one definitely makes me happy, so I will be keeping this. This is the Tarte Park Ave Princess. Honestly, this makes my heart happy. This makes my heart happy. I'm keeping this one for sure. This is the Balm in the Balm of Your Hand Volume 2. I really like this palette because I think it's a great way to try the different Balm products. I've had this forever. It survived many, many declutters, and I really honestly do enjoy it. Like this is probably my favorite palette that the Balm has ever made. And I say that having decluttered most of my other Balm palettes, I love the layout of this. I love the different things that it comes with. This is a good one to me for sure. The Huda Beauty 3D highlighter palette. This I think is so pretty. It is cream highlights. And then these down here are powder, which that does kind of bother me, but they are so gorgeous. And I don't know why, like this just, I know a lot of people don't like the packaging because it's got her face on it. Honestly, I don't mind that. I think she's beautiful. Like I think this is such pretty packaging. And I love the fact that it's got like just a little guide on how to use the 4 different shades in here. I don't know. I really do like this palette. So this one I am going to hang on to. Woo! Okay, this is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Look at a palette. This one survived my last declutter. Honestly, I really like this. I do. I don't know. I don't use it as much as I feel like I should if I really enjoyed it as much as I think that I do. So this one I'm going to go ahead and pass along. The Colourpop Dream Sequence. This is a Super Shock highlight palette. I'm definitely keeping this. This is so beautiful. I love it. I love all 4 of these shades. I'll definitely use all 4 of those shades. I'm definitely holding on to this one. The Seraphine Botanicals Happy Hibiscus Blush Palette. This one, honestly, it is really beautiful. I do like this. I don't remember where this one came from, but it's gorgeous and I am going to hang on to it for now. This is the Catrice and Eamon Blush Palette. This one, it is really pretty. My only, I guess, thing with it is you've got an orange blush and then you've got this much darker shade. And I don't know how well like that would look on my skin tone. I feel like this would definitely be better suited for some darker skin tones because like that is not going to look good on my skin tone. So this one I'm going to go ahead and pass along. This is the Balm Alternative Rock Volume 1 Face Palette. This one I think is so cute. I'm definitely keeping this. I really like it, like just this layout of the Balm's products I think are my favorite that they do. So I'm going to keep this one as well. This is the Balm Girl Powder Cheeks on the Go. I feel like in my last declutter, I decluttered this and I think I got this in like an Ipsy bag or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and declutter it again. I don't know. It doesn't excite me. I don't know. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Blush Glow. I love this. I think this is so beautiful. I'm gonna keep this. It's just, ugh, this is like classic Charlotte for me. And then the Pure Perfector Selfie Face Palette. This one, I don't know. It just reminds me of like play makeup. This one I'm gonna go ahead and pass along. And pulled out all of my other palettes, so let us go. The Tarte Hamptons Weekender Contour Palette. Yes, I love this. I love these little mini palettes from Tarte. They're so cute. I'm gonna keep that one. Then we have the Tarte Tartiste Pro Glow To Go. Now here's the thing. The palette that is in my current weekly makeup basket is the Tartiste Pro Glow, which I don't know. The shade names are different. Oh my goodness. The shade names are different in this palette and the shades do look different. I'm just wondering if, I mean, I guess they are really different. I really do enjoy this palette, honestly. I think it's great. I really like it. I've hit pan, as you can see. I think I am gonna hang on to this. I really do like this one. Okay. The Wander Beauty Wanderesque Dusk to Dawn palette. This is 2 blushes and a highlight. Oh my god, I love this so much. I hate these little like rectangle things, but I love this palette, so that's what I'm gonna hang on to. The Wander Beauty Trip for 2 Blush and Bronzer Duo. This Coaster Eye Bronzer I had a mini of and I used up the entire thing. It's gorgeous. I'm gonna keep this. This blush is beautiful. This is a great little travel palette. Smashbox. This is the Cosmic Celebration Planetary Cheek Palette. This is another one that I lusted after for so long and it genuinely brings me so much joy. So I do plan on keeping this one as well. The Ofra Signature Glow Palette. Oh my god. I have to keep this one. Y'all know me in highlights. Like this is stunning. It's so stunning. Oh my god. I freaking love that one. Laura Geller Central Park palette. This one I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass along. It's just honestly kind of boring to me. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't speak to me. So this one's gonna go ahead and go. This is the Laura Geller Life Glows On Illuminator palette. This one, oh yeah, I'm keeping. It's so pretty. Look at that glitter. Look at that shimmer. Look at that sparkle. I'm definitely gonna hang on to this one. This is the Milani Rose Powder Blush. I ended up decluttering a while ago all of my single blushes from this line because they were massive, like just ridiculously huge. And then I had this palette too, so I figured I only needed to keep one. I'm gonna keep this for that specific reason because I love the formula of these. They're so good, and since I have them all in a nice little compact, I'm pretty happy with that. This is the Too Faced, the Hyper Reflective Highlighting Palette, that ice cream one. Okay, I lusted after this for so long. Here's the issue though. First of all, this is like literally nothing but glitter. I don't know. It's just, I don't personally think I'd really use these as like highlights. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. But as far as like usability goes, I think I'm going to go ahead and pass this one on. The Alamar Cosmetics, this is the Colorette Blush Trio, once again from BoxyCharm. This I really love. The shades seem so wrong for me, like when I first look at it, but I have gotten so much joy out of this. Like genuinely, I love this palette. So this one I am gonna hang on to. This was such a good find from BoxyCharm. I really enjoy the Alamar Cosmetics brand because I've been exposed to them several times through BoxyCharm, and I'm gonna definitely keep that. This is the Zoeva Premier. This one was either from Boxy or Ipsy. I don't remember exactly which one. This one is stunning though. Look at those. 2 blushes, this Albet dark highlight, but it's so pretty. Like this is just, it's very like classy to me, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word for it or not, but I love this. I'm gonna hang on to this one. This is the Cover FX Gold Bar Highlighting Palette. I'm obsessed with it. It's these highlight palettes that really get me, honestly. Like they just suck me in and they bring me a lot of joy. So this one I'm also going to hang on to. This is by Basic Beauty. This is the Glowy AF Wet Glow palette. This one really surprised me, honestly. I really like this. It's very unique because it does, I don't even know like if this is a cream or a powder, but it gives you this very, very wet highlighted look. I'm gonna hang on to this one. I honestly didn't think I was gonna like this at all. When I first got it, I got this in some subscription box and I freaking love it. So I'm definitely keeping that one. This is a Galactic Skin Glow in Sunset. This one's nice. It's like creams. It's really pretty. I don't know, like, I mean, generally this would be like right up my alley. It's very, very like shimmery though. And I don't know if that, it's almost like it's glittery, honestly. It genuinely is glittery. Like you can even see as I wipe it away, it just leaves behind a whole bunch of glitter. So this one I'm gonna go ahead and pass along. The Balm, the Manheiser Sisters, I'm keeping this. I love all 3 of these shades. They're absolutely beautiful. You've got a highlight, you've got this kind of blushy-ish highlight, you've got a bronzer. They're all so pretty, and this has been an old favorite of mine. I've used up the full sizes of a couple of these shades, and it's just glorious. It's just glorious. This is the Smashbox Contour Palette. This one, honestly, is also... I really like contour palettes. This one is gorgeous. I've hit pan in this shade, obviously. I'm going to keep this one because this is also great for travel. And it's just so tiny and compact and cute. This is the Ofra Madison Miller like little face trio palette. I really like this. You've got 2 highlighters and a blush. I think it's beautiful. Ofra does really great face products like this, and I think I'm gonna hang on to this one too. Definitely. It makes me happy. It makes my heart skip a little beat. This is the Ace Beauty Bronzed in Paradise palette. This one, I don't know, I just feel like the coloring is a little bit off. Like you've got such dark shades down here. I feel like this is, I know I'd be able to use this shade. I don't even know if I'd be able to use this shade though, because it just seems so dark. Like I probably would. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. I just don't want to fuss with the shades. That doesn't bring me any joy. The KVD Beauty Holographic palette. This is the Alchemist palette. I just got this in my BoxyCharm haul. Honestly, I'm really excited for it. This has like colored highlights, but they're like almost toned down. Like it's very obviously colored highlights, but it is kind of toned down as well. I'm going to put this with the Kimchi Chic palette to come back to, but I do really like that palette. This is the Fiona Styles Light Illusion Prism palette. This is very old, but I genuinely love it. This brand used to be for sale at Ulta, and I believe Ulta stopped carrying them, but this is such a great palette. I'm gonna keep this one. The Real Her Ultimate Glow Getter Cheek Trio. I don't know. Real Her, I have not had the best of luck with. Just their products don't normally do much for me. Beautiful shades. I have no idea what happened to this blush, in all honesty. I don't know. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. It doesn't excite me. Okay, this is my Depotted singles, my face singles, like the mini ones. I put them all in this Z palette, but this palette does not bring me joy. I don't know if it was mistakes that I made when I depotted them. Like they tend to crack a lot. This is 2 weeks worth of use in this bronzer, which is insane. Like I know it's a mini, but like it's crazy. But there's so much powder. I don't know. I like it. I love this Z palette. I think it's so pretty. I'd probably end up keeping like the Z palette itself. I just don't know like what I'd put in it if I took out the face singles. You know what I mean? I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this on. I don't know. I I really need to think about what I want when I'm depotting because I thought that this was going to go really great. I thought it was going to be fantastic, but I just don't like I like certain things depotted, but a bunch of miscellaneous stuff, I don't. You know, like I really love the depotted Tarte palettes, even that Milani palette. I think all of those look really great. This just stresses me out. So this is going to go. I might keep this Z palette though, I don't know. But the products inside are gonna go. The Too Faced Sweet Peach Glow. I love this. I can use all 3 shades, brings me joy, and it smells like peaches. I'm keeping this one. This is a Revolution highlighter palette. I honestly don't remember where this came from. And it doesn't really, I don't know. It doesn't do much for me. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along. Down to our last little bit here. This is the Too Faced Pineapple Paradise Strobing Bronzer in a Pineapple Sun. This one, I don't like these products that are like, there's no real separation between them, you know what I mean? The highlight is beautiful. The bronzer is very dry almost. I'm not quite sure why. I really like, I don't know, I really do like this. I think it's beautiful, but I do get very frustrated trying to use products like this because the product tends to like bleed into itself. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one along because as much as I do enjoy it, I know that in the future it's just going to bring me irritation. So let's get it out now. The Natasha Denona, oh my God, it's stuck. The Natasha Denona Bloom Blush and Glow Palette, I'm keeping. I'm definitely keeping it. I love this palette. And I think I've almost hit pan in this shade right here. Even this shade though, this blush, it looks so dark, but like genuinely it looks so good on the skin. So I'm gonna hang on to that one. Too Faced Sugar Peach Wet and Dry Face and Eye Palette. This, I believe I got in a BoxyCharm. It is to die for. It's so gorgeous. I'm telling you guys, BoxyCharm palettes are where it's at. I love this. Definitely gonna keep it. And my Cover FX Perfector face palette. If you have watched me at all, this is my like ride or die face palette, you guys. Also from BoxyCharm. I'm definitely keeping this though. Like, you can pry that out of my cold dead hands. This is the Smashbox Cali Contour palette. I really like this one as well. I like the different tones that it has in here, and I feel like I can use, I'm pretty sure I could use all of this palette. So this one is adorable. I love the packaging of it. It's so cute. I'm gonna keep this one. Okay, now we have 2 of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kits. These are going to be kind of our last round here. So I've got Moonchild, and then I've got Aurora, and then I've got the KVD Vegan Beauty, and then I've got the Kimchi Chic Drama Queen. So obviously, I feel like I don't need all of these. I just don't know exactly which ones I want. Like Moonchild is so pretty, but it's also like 3 purplish tones. However, I really like the Blue Ice and the Pink Heart shades because it's very similar to this. So, see, and they're so different. This is Helia from the Aurora palette, and this is Lucky Clover from the Moonchild palette. Honestly, between the 4 of these, I love the Anastasia Beverly Hills ones much more. It really sucks because I literally just bought this and I think it's such a nice palette. However, the pans are so tiny, like they're so tiny, and I didn't know that when I purchased it. I feel like these pans are a little bit more realistic, but between these 2, I feel like I have all of the like bright colorful shades that I need, and I feel like I can let go of these 2. So both of these are gonna go. And I'm going to keep my Moonchild and my Aurora. Okay, so grand total for the day, I'm getting rid of 26 more face palettes. I don't remember how many I got rid of in my first face palette video off the top of my head. Today I'm getting rid of 26 more though. I'm pretty happy with that because once again, like I had just done a pretty decent declutter of my face palettes. So I feel like that is good. I'm really excited to see what I do with eyeshadow palettes, honestly. A little bit nervous about that. But I feel like this is good. I feel like this is good progress. I'm honestly happy to have these out of my collection because the face palettes that I'm keeping, I know that I enjoy so much more. So these are going bye-bye, and I feel like a weight, you know, has just been lifted off my shoulders. I'm telling you, every time I end up like doing a good declutter throughout any of my house, I just get this like this weight has been lifted off my shoulder feeling, and I feel so much more free and relaxed, and it's such a good feeling. So that is the declutter today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will catch you next time. Please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you'd like to catch the next declutter, which will be up fairly soon. I am posting these kind of periodically as we go, so as not to just bombard you guys with declutters. But thank you so much for joining me. I will catch you next time. Have a great one. Bye.